So you actually know that there are so many things happening way before the customer comes in the shop. So how can you really use this information to your advantage, right? So this is Daryl Tan, researcher, retail psychologist, and welcome to the Shopper's Theory, where we actually help retailers to grow the business by using science. So in the previous episode, we talked a lot about the two key elements right here, and over here we're going to talk about this thing called the Customer Process Reference Matrix, or the CPR matrix. Okay, this is actually determined by combining all the elements about the clarity of product in mind and the final decision maker. Now, if you really look at this chart right here, you can see very clearly on how it actually be. So when we talk about the customer process reference matrix, there are basically 6 types of customer based on what we actually see. Okay, so let's look into one at a time. The first one, monopolizer. So monopolizer is this. Basically, the person comes into a shop. Okay, they know exactly what they want. They know that they're going to make the purchasing decision. But whether it's from you or from this shop or other shop, that will be another question. But the main thing is this. This group of people are very clear on what they want, and for normal sellers, they'll feel that this is the best customer in the world, because the moment they just come into the shop, they would know that they'll just get the item and pass to the seller. Now, is this the best thing? It really depends on how you look at it. Right? Because this group of people, they're so clear that what they want, it is not easy to really persuade them unless the seller has created a new paradigm or new view on what's so good on the suggested or alternative product. Right? So the key here is to actually really understand what exactly they're looking for and see what are the other alternatives. If you're trying to actually sell a higher price product, this is actually something that you should be taking note. Okay, so also because since they want to feel that they're the one who makes a decision, it's always important to actually create this scenario or environment that they are the key decision maker. Words like this, in my opinion, what about you? I would strongly suggest but it's still up to you. Or you can actually offer them, there's option A, option B, option C. I understand you're looking at option A, but we also have other options. Would you like to give it a try first before you make a purchase? Okay, now there's no guarantee they will actually buy it from you, because it still depends on what exactly they really want. But that being said, these are ways that you can actually further increase the chance for you to close the deal. The next one is what we call as monitor. So monitor basically is very similar like monopolizer. They know exactly what they want. The only thing is that they need more confirmations. Okay, so they may actually have gone through online posts or get friends' opinion, or even they ask you a lot. You actually face customers something like this. They'll ask questions like, how are the customers' feedback? Or is this one of the best seller? Or is this the key product that you've been highlighting in newspaper and so on? They just want confirmation that they are making the right purchasing decision. Then in this case, the seller can actually easily use words like this. For example, after the purchase or even before the purchase, you can actually share that, you know, I strongly encourage that you get this thing because it's really one of the best sellers. Provided it's really a best seller, right? So we don't just create fake things. Okay, it's always good to show honesty to customer and be transparent to customer. Right? What we want here is the customer to feel that they are making the right decision by hearing opinion from you, by getting opinion from any other sources. So staff may also want to prepare a few homework before you meet this kind of customers. For example, if you have actually taken pictures, okay, after the customer have purchased this product, ask them to, hey, if it's okay, we actually have a picture together, so as a memory. You can take the picture, get permission from the customer first. Collect all those pictures, show it to the customer. That way the customer actually feel that, hey, this is really one of the great product that I should be getting. Right? This works especially well if you're actually selling high price items. Right? So another way is that you can actually, if your company has actually invested in influencers or online influencers on reviews on this product, you can always print out or maybe just show it on phone, sharing that these are some things that customer actually some of the reviewers have shared. So which is why I strongly agree that what you choose is the right product. Now, to really make sure that they come back for you, always add this sentence. you have made a right decision, or you have made a wise decision in getting this product. I'm sure you will not regret it. Yes. So these are words that you can actually create the confidence for this monitor, right? The next one is what we call as recognizer. So recognizer is a little bit different than monopolizer, where they know what they want, but they're not too sure what exactly the product they're looking for. Take this for example. You go to a grocery store and you wanted to buy coffee, okay? So the moment you enter the shop, you see in the fridge, there's so many types of coffee. You have espresso, you have latte, you have cappuccino, you have mocha. You want a tin coffee, by the way, iced cold coffee. So there's so many choices. You're just not sure what you want, okay? But you know that you want something to keep you awake. Now, as a shopper, okay, as a seller, all right, what you can do is most important, understand on what is the customer's concern. This will be really key for you to make a decision whether the shopper really wants to buy from you or not. Okay, so remember, this group of people, they want to feel that they're the one who makes the final purchasing decision. Thus, it is important to really create the kind of scenario very similar like monopolizer. Ask questions, but use statements like I suggest, I strongly recommend, or in my opinion, or we have option A, B, and C. Which one would you like to have it? So coming back to the example of selecting a coffee, okay, so you can actually offer, so would you like to have a more milk taste, or would you like chocolatey taste? What's your preference? Get to know all these things before they really make the decision, before you throw in the magic questions. The next is what we call as researcher. Now, researcher is very similar as the monitor, okay, where they need confirmation, but okay, similar like the recognizer, they know what they want, but they're not too sure. All right. Take the same example. They know they're looking for a coffee in your shop, and they're not sure what brand they should be taking. Right. So you can actually share with customer. For this group of customer, you can always share things like number one, understand about what the customer needs. That'll be the first key, by the way. Okay, understand the customer's concern. Then only you share that, hey, now we're having this promotion, or maybe, hey, now we know that you're looking this coffee. This is one of the best seller. All right. Now, this past few weeks, we have actually seen a lot of advertisement, a lot of people buying this thing, and I believe you should give a try in this one. Okay, so this is actually a few things you can throw in to give the confidence to the customer on getting the particular coffee. So this is all about research. Okay, now of course, like what I mentioned, it doesn't really mean that they'll actually listen everything from you. They may actually just check online on what is the reviews, online posts, or maybe listen to friends' recommendation before they even make any decision. Okay, now especially if we talk about fashion industry. Okay, fashion industry, many of the friends, okay, many of the shoppers, they will actually just post in Instagram or maybe post in Facebook just to actually get to confirmation from the friends that, hey, what do you think of this dress? What do you think of that dress? Now, I understand that it is not common for a seller to just give comment, but I think it's always important to share your personal opinion. Be honest. If you feel that this particular style suits the customer, just say that, in my opinion, I like the style. And if you really feel that the style doesn't really suit that customer, that it's also good that you quickly come up with a suggestion. You can put in words. For example, like, I think I got just a good styling that I can come on. Just hang on, let me just get the thing for a while. So just quickly give the person maybe a scarf or maybe just a bag, just to show on how you can mix and match the particular clothing or so. So that way the customer really feel that you're really genuine. Okay, so like I said, in business, it's all about integrity. It's about being transparent, being honest. Okay, but we don't just tell customer that, I don't think that style suits you at all. So it depends on customer also. All right, but so in my experience, it is not much accepted by most of the customers. So blunt in that way. Okay, so anyway, coming back to research it, the most important thing is to show the customer the confidence. Now, you can do in many ways, whether it's through showing social media, where if you're in fashion industry, showing social media on how many customers have, what's the current trend and so on. That way, customer would literally trust you as the experts in this matter. Coming back to self-activator. Okay, self-activator is a group of customers where they don't exactly know what they want, They just come into shop, they just browse around, and sometimes there is many cases when you ask them, talk to them, they rarely talk about what they're looking for, and you'll be scratching your head and okay, so maybe this guy is just coming here to have a look around. That's it, he's not gonna buy. Now, buying or not is another question, but more importantly, here's the thing, there has to be something that attracts the customer's attention. Otherwise, they wouldn't be wasting the time entering a shop. Now think of this possibility. In the streets or in the mall, there are over hundreds and thousands of shops. Why would they spend the time walk into a shop? There has to be something. Now, the thing is that they may not know what they're looking for consciously, but there has to be something that attracts them. I don't know, maybe it's because on the color, the design, the promotion, whatever. But more importantly, this is something where you have to be really using your observation skill, right? Observing the non-verbal communication, or you can even observe the body language. Observe as they walk around. What are the things that they land more than 3 seconds, right? What are the things that they look at more than 3 seconds? Maybe they just stand right there and you observe, oh, this is actually where the men's and the latest arrival, maybe that he's looking at this particular color or range. That means that has something in his interest. So it is important to just approach this group, this customer, and maybe just do a simple icebreaker. What I mean by icebreaker, for example, hey sir, I see that you're actually a very fashion conscious guy. This is really one of our latest arrival, all right, for men's, and we have this this color. It looks so fresh and it's new because it suits for the summer or the winter or whatever season you're talking about. Okay, so it depends on how you put it, but more importantly, just create a topic that attracts the customer to listen to you. All right, so always ask this question at the end of your icebreaker: which one would you like to give a try? All right, always offer that you're offering try, because here's the thing, not every customer feels that they would just take it and try it. Okay, sometimes they just feel reluctant to try. As a salesperson or as a retail staff, it is important just to simply offer. It's not too hard, by the way. Just tell them that you can try. That's fine, because I'm also curious to know how would you look in this color. Right? It's okay just to share, or maybe you can use other words to show that it is fine to give a try. Now, if you're in the fashion industry, of course, if you're in the grocery store, so of course we don't really encourage customers to try, but if you have testers, then it's always good to give it a try. Now, that being aside, most importantly for self-activator is that observing the body language, trigger the icebreaker, and ask what is their real concern. There has to be something that, like I said, they may not know. Now, if you're lucky enough to really identify what they're really looking into, then they can immediately jump from self-activator to recognizer in this case. Now, bear in mind that there's quite a number of cases where people just walk off even without telling you anything. Now, these group of people are actually potential buyers. So why do I say that? Here's the thing. In sales, okay, especially in retail sales, yes, definitely is a yes, maybe is a yes, and no is a maybe, all right? So it is always important to get contact information from customers. Get them, whether it's you getting the mobile number, or maybe having them to like the Facebook, like your business Facebook page, ask them to follow, so if there's anything new updates, they get to know the notification and so on. So all these are actually important because we want the customer to actually come in. Here's the thing, it doesn't mean that he or she will actually buy from you, but maybe he thought of someone else who may need it. So that's why it's always important to have actually a database. Okay, it's not just a list, but a whole database of potential customers. That way, if you notice that this customer is looking for this particular product, let's say a fashion industry, this customer is looking for this type of jacket and there's certain special sale or maybe certain new design, you can always call up this customer, hey, we have this new batch of jacket, just come in, I'm sure you're gonna love it. Then the more times they actually approach you, the more trust they can actually build up with you. Okay, so that's all about self-activator. Coming to the same category, we talk about follower. Follower are basically people, they are not sure exactly what they want, but subconsciously they got attracted by something. Okay, very similar as self-activator. The only thing is that they're also not too confident in making the purchasing decision. But you may start to ask, hey Daryl, but then I thought that people like self-activator and follower, they don't really purchase. There are many cases where they don't really purchase, but doesn't mean that they don't purchase, because sometimes they just don't know their particular need. Okay, but if you are able to identify that particular need, then they will immediately change from not clear, which is whether it's a self-activator or follower, to recognizer or researcher. Okay? In this case, you can easily close the deal with them. Okay, now coming back to follower, what you can do is this: observation of body language or non-verbal communication is key. Sharing customers' testimonial, sharing reviews, online posts, that is also key. So you may want to also jot down this group of people if you happen to get the contact number or maybe the email down in this group, that this group requires more on reviews or product testimonials. All these actually gives them the confidence on coming back to store to get it from you. Remember, they may not really go straight to you, but they also trust other sources, for example, friends, family, or even online posts. Now, knowing all this, does it really mean that if the customer is a monopolizer forever, this customer is a monopolizer? No. All these actually change from time to time. For example, like me, okay? So when you talk about tech items, okay, as a guy, I'm actually pretty much interested in tech items, okay? So I can be actually as a monopolizer or a self-activator or a recognizer in that field. But when you talk about fashion, okay, I'll always bring my wife, okay, to it, because I feel that ladies' view, at least for me, okay, ladies' view, sense of fashion is better. At least I trust my wife's sense of fashion as compared to myself. So in this case, I'm more towards of monitor, researcher, and followers as compared to if I'm in the tech area. Okay, so it really depends on industry and depends on personality of the customer. But like I said, once you understand this group of people, it'll be so much easier for you to close the deal. That's all for the Customer Process Reference Matrix or CPR Matrix. I'm Daryl. Okay, so I'll see you then. So until then, let's ring the tail. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Alright, so you can actually put the thumbs up right down there and share it out. Now, if you want to get to know more on the latest research on customers' behavior or how you can actually grow a business by using science, now click the subscribe button down below. Alright, so until then, let's ring the tail.